If a corporate businessman tries to assault you ladies, please remember that their tie can be used as a weapon for strangulation.
It's life and time with Harry Slime, motherfucker.
What does it usually say? Life and Time with Harry Slime. We're back.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I need to rock my shades. If y'all can't tell, we got professional lighting up in this bitch. So we gotta block our eyes.
Yeah, the problem is we don't have professional anything else, so
Nope.
yeah.
What,
It's like staring into the sun everywhere you fucking look.
it really is, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta. Whenever, because I've done some things where I've had some lighting like this and even more, and like you really kind of got to give a head nod to like the Hollywood people whose like their job is just standing in front of these lights for like 8-9 hours at a time, because that is some brutal shit, dude.
I thought the hardest part of Hugh Jackman's job was talking with that ridiculous accent and working out all the time. But
yeah.
turns out it's just acting like these things aren't burning out my fucking corneas.
Dude, and shout out to like Roy Orbison, Bob Dylan. I mean, there's a lot of Lou Reed, I think, would be in that category. He rocks shades a lot in interviews. It was a great
George
look.
Michael.
Yeah, it was a great look if you were like, especially in like the 60s, 70s, and 80s, if you were just like fucked up. You could just like hide behind sunglasses, and I guess people were okay with it. I don't know. Like,
Yeah. We have to have plausible deniability that we're not high right now.
yeah. Complete disguise mode.
Yeah. When I was in band in high school, my band director was, you know, those guys who, there's an Office gag about it where some fucking musician dies and BJ Novak is like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened in the history of whatever. And they're like, oh, were you a fan of his? And he was a fan. Yeah. You could call it that. If that's all that you think I was.
Just a fan.
And then fucking John Krasinski goes like, oh no, it was a hoax. He's fine. Jenna Fisher goes like, hey, he's actually touring like right near here. You're such a fan, you gotta go over there. You have to buy the ticket. And he has to make up a reason. He says that he hates the opener and he can't abide by that. And when George Michael died, our band director like had a moment where he was like in the middle of class, he was like, you guys act like this isn't, you guys don't understand how significant of a passing this is. It's such a huge thing. He freaked out more than when Prince died, which is crazy, because you'd really expect him to like Prince more. Just for the fact that Prince did more musical stuff, more music theory type stuff. But yeah, and so he just sat there and talked to us about like, you guys are treating this like a fucking joke. Like we didn't just lose a legend. And we fucking sat around and played the riff from Careless Whisper. That's all we did. Like not that day, like for years. And he hated it the whole time. And George Michael dies and he's like, you guys are treating this like a fucking joke. Nobody brought it up. And I just think about that all the time where I'm like, what a weird choice. What a weird choice to go on. We had other people die. We had David Bowie and fucking Prince and shit. And you're going to get hung up on George Michael.
Yeah, that is an odd one to really kind of hold on to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's going to be funny because, like, I mean, I don't know when it's going to happen, but, like, Corey Feldman's going to die, and there's going to be, like, a whole group of people who are going to be like, we're never going to hear any more of his music, dude. Like, what? You know how much that sucks, man? Like I need more of the Fallen or whatever his fucking Fallen Angel something band name is. Which, by the way, folks, if you have never seen that, I feel like you have, maybe you haven't, but check out the Corey Feldman's music. It's fucking staggeringly bad.
Yeah. I don't know, musicians dying is always so weird. I had never heard of Lil Peep until every 17-year-old white girl that I knew said that they had a new reason to kill themselves once he died.
Yeah, that's how I've actually, like, I was a fan of Pop Smoke for 2 months, and then he got killed, and I was just like, oh, okay.
I was a huge fan of XXX Tentacion.
Yeah.
Because he was such a fucking meme. And he was in the freshman roundup with Ugly God, who I was also a huge fan of because my friends introduced me to him when he was still on SoundCloud.
Ski Mask, or is that?
I think Ski Mask was on the same freshman roundup.
Okay.
So was M&A.
Okay.
And X was just such a fucking meme, dude. Like, for his freestyle verse, he told the sound guy, hey, cut the fucking beat.
Yeah.
And then he just, like, crouched down like a fucking anime character and started to monologue in a way that vaguely rhymed poetic.
I've seen that video, yeah.
And then he got fucking shot. Like, that's like shooting a fucking chihuahua. Before he got shot, there was some time where he was at a concert and some dude rushed him on stage and knocked him the fuck out. And he had to get carried off stage. He's just this slumped little 60-pound dude. And it was just, he was like Jaden Smith if he grew up a little poorer.
Yeah. Dude, him and Lil Uzi Vert are so tiny. It's Lil Uzi Vert has like that line where he's like, if I stand on my money, I get to 9'10". It's like, you're gonna have to stand on a lot of money, dude. Like,
yeah, dude.
You're pretty smart. Start the rumor here, Lil Uzi Vert is 3'11".
Dude, Lil Yachty is the only one of that era that I'm like, what a cool dude. Because I listened to fucking interviews with him. He's like, yeah, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do none of that. I just like to
chill.
I just like to have a good time. You look at him now, he's like, he beefed up, but not in like the way where he's like jacked. He just looks jollier.
Yeah.
I like that dude.
Well, and I guess he is getting into drugs now.
Oh, good on him.
Like, I guess
good on him for holding out, I guess. I don't know.
Well, it's I can't take 100% credit for this. This was on they made this point on the Best Show, but I think it is like a real life point that like Lil Yachty kind of maybe he's not a good example, but there are examples of this. But the only way out of like traditional nerddom is recreational drug use.
Yeah.
And like Lil Yachty was like, I feel was like such a sweet kind of nerdy little boy who like liked making cute music. Yeah. And now like I heard his new album. It's the boy's been psychedelicing. He been doing some stuff, dude. It sounds trippy as shit over in that camp, man. Nice. And then he did that whole song where he's like talking about taking like the walk to Poland, and I thought he was talking about walking.
That was him.
Yeah. Apparently, Walk is a brand of. Yeah. Apparently, Walk is a brand of.
Frying pan. Yeah.
No, it is, but like it's Walk is short for something, but it's like a German opioid. He's talking about taking an opioid to Poland.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, okay. Oh, all right, bro. Like
that
fuck.
Makes such little sense that it has to mean something.
Yeah.
I take the walk to Poland.
Lil Yachty's the new French Connection.
Yeah. Poland,
the American Connection.
Poland as a country, I'm not sure why. They're like the world stage notification email for someone's doing a genocide or someone's trying to do a new Rome.
Yeah.
Why are they so? You'd think, build a wall, dude.
Build a wall and like because I think this has happened twice. Maybe even more time, because I'm a history guy, but I don't know everything.
Yeah.
But like,
didn't Napoleon start with Poland or something?
Well, I think Napoleon started with them, but also like, guys, you got to keep up with your military technology. You can't go into World War I with like stuff that's from the 1850s because, yeah, dude, you're going to get slaughtered. It's
Yeah.
going to be bad. You got to
And-
keep up, dude.
And Hitler's idea was the Blitzkrieg. It was like so fast that no one could ever respond to it. But he still started with Poland. That doesn't match up for me. Because it's like, oh, yeah, it's going to be so fast, they're never going to see it coming. Then he invades Poland and waits a bit. And everyone's like, oh, okay, I guess he's doing an empire.
You know, what I love about this is the fact that it's like pretty historically accurate, like even with Hitler, because nerds would be like, well, he was in the Sudetenland, or he was over in the other place that they occupied before they like went to Poland, and it's like, yeah, but he didn't fight anybody, did he?
Yeah. Here's
He
the
killed Poles. He didn't kill anybody else. He started with the Poles.
Here's the thing.
Not saying that's good. Not
Russia-
saying that's good.
Russia can annex Ukraine as much as they want, and it's like, that's a little skeevy. If they went and annexed Poland, then they would have been nuked already. Like,
Yeah,
because it's like, yeah, that's the sign that they're doing expansionism.
Well, and you've heard, speaking of Ukraine, I'm assuming you heard about the leaks.
The ones, the NATO documents.
About like like how we're doing, like Ukraine's, like American intelligence documents that like got leaked
Through Minecraft servers and Discord servers. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the video I was showing you. I showed you the clip. The guy whose YouTube channel, his Discord server was the place where the press traced everything into. And he had to put out a video that was like, so I'm on some lists now, and that's cool. It wasn't me. It was a mod.
Yeah,
I get how you think I get how it's kind of funny to leak sensitive military information with the boys. But be fucking safe, guys. Don't be stupid. And also, they were leaked other places before my server. It's just the press. Someone was able to say, yeah, they were on this server, and the press came back. But the legitimate thing is he was like, yeah, I think they were originally leaked on like some Minecraft map servers or something.
that's hilarious.
Yeah, in the
That's
press.
that's only something.
And the press is like, there's no way that we can stay credible and tell the truth.
Yeah, well, you can't really trust them for that.
Yeah. So we're going to have to say Discord. People know what Discord is. At least that it's a place that you can message stuff. If we said Minecraft, that would be like the War on Terror, where it's like, who are we at war with? It's like, you can't send documents on Minecraft.
Damn, dude.
We're at war with Al Qaeda. Are they a country?
We should start some shit. We should start spreading some misinformation that we're gonna have to go to war with Minecraftians.
I bet with not that much effort, we could co-opt Minecraft bans into the TikTok bans that are starting.
Yeah,
That would be cool.
I'm down with that. I'm
That would
down.
be fun.
Yeah, no, very, very, very funny story. Like, I cannot believe this. Like, I hate to be that guy, but it's very much like the world that we live in now. And like, I mean, can you imagine being somebody who happens to stumble upon that Minecraft like map, and you're like, what the fuck? like highly detailed and favorite part about it is like the thing that really bothers me. Well, I'm iffy about is people are really focusing in on the fact that like what happened with the leak, which it's a crazy story.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite pieces of information that's come from the whole thing, which is our intelligence, stating that Ukraine is losing badly in the fucking war, and like we don't see peace for another year, and we're just going to continue. So like, what, like, if you step back,
I think the interesting thing is you haven't seen like accurate reporting out of either side, because that news channel I watch, Sir Swag. News without the bullshit. Fucking shout out, Slime God of the Week. I love that dude. Maybe we'll talk about it. But yeah, every time he covers the Russia-Ukraine thing, he's like, the Associated Press says there's this many casualties. Russia says there's this many casualties, which is obviously way more in Ukraine, way less in Russia, and Ukraine says the opposite. So, this is guesswork at best, and which is what he always says.
Yeah, no, the fog of war on this one is fucking bad.
Yeah, and the distance too. It's very far away.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's yeah. So learning that type of information, I mean, does this not? I just raised this question. Maybe not even a question. It's just more of a statement. Okay, because I like to think in things in terms of logistics, war,
That's
ratio.
the coward's way out. Call someone a slur. You're not saying anything.
Okay. What's the guy from Zelensky?
Zelensky.
You Eastern European cunt. You Euro trash bastard. There we go.
Yeah, I bet you listen to Europop Zelensky.
Oh, you listen to Europop and let's be honest.
You watch Eurovision.
You watch Eurovision, you like Europop, and the only thing that you know is grain in the blue sky, which is why you like that fucking flag so much, you asshole. So suck my dick.
He's some of the best quotes out of this whole thing so far have come out of him. That's going down in fucking history books. That thing where they showed up and they were like, "We're evacuating you," and he was like, "I need combatants and ammunition. I don't need a ride." That was a hard ass line.
Bro, he's a savage, dude.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't see this take happening enough. We need to show more solidarity with him as comics. That's a stand-up comic that got famous. Literally, he's leading a war, dude. It's cool.
He's like the Sigma Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, who has a tight five.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing. He can order an artillery strike and go on Fallon, bro. What the fuck?
More like the Geneva retention. Am I right, fellas?
Sick. No, but the point, I guess the thing is this to me is I think turning into another Vietnam situation, and I think we've gotten smart enough to where we're not going to send our troops there. We're just going to find a country that will be willing to let us fund them to do it.
Yeah, it's a bigger Syria in terms of proxy wars. Nobody's... and everybody's so black-pilled in the fucking world. We're not going to get there's a movement in America that's yes, we support them, but nobody's send ground troops. There's a few people, I'm sure. It's send the U.S. Army. Nobody wants to do that.
Yeah.
DC Comics is not going to put out an issue where Superman is oh boy, I'm going to go fix things, and Captain America's not going to show up and is fuck you, Putin.
Mm-hmm. It's the most publicized proxy war.
Yeah, Captain America entered World War II before the U.S. did.
Sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think you've got a lot of business that needs to be done as far as selling weapons and kind of keeping these companies profitable and viable. And I think we know how to make money off of these situations, and we've kind of been doing it for a long time. And I mean, if you look at the deal that they've got, it's the same Lend-Lease program that we put Britain through in World War II. And we had them paying back loans until 2020.
Yeah.
So
in 2011, Germany officially paid off their debt from World War I. That's another fun tidbit.
Yeah. So it's a good way to just kind of it's a national passive income.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I know Russia wants to swing dick, but I don't know if they want to swing dick that fucking hard because it could get bad, but I
don't know. Yeah, they want to swing dick. I don't know if they want to pull up the foreskin.
Yeah. It's basically, it is look, dude, we need to make some money and we have some things we need to protect. We need to make some money and we have some things that we need to protect. All right, well, guess what? Let's find a battleground.
Yeah. I think being in the modern age, there's a couple advantages. We don't need internment camps.
Yeah, unless you're China.
There is an argument. I mean, the U.S. specifically.
Yeah.
There's an argument to be made that we didn't need the internment camps. I don't fucking know. I didn't follow the things. I wasn't there.
You talking about the Japanese
internment camps?
Yeah.
We don't need that. I think there was probably some kind of discussion about. Well, I mean, for like Russian citizens, should we have some kind of thing where somebody says like the internment camps, and they go like, no, SpongeBob, we have technology. We need 3 more NSA employees. That's it. They're in a cage of their own making, dude. Who doesn't have a fucking iPhone? We've got them.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's and like. I feel like they're going to fight until like there's some kind of like reasonable outcome to where both parties that are not in the war but are sponsoring the war go, okay, we can deal with this as far as like negotiable.
Yeah, I feel like even if Russia successfully went in and land occupied Ukraine, the world as a whole, the political world as a whole, would not recognize that they had done that. They would go like, yeah, okay, Ukraine lost. Who fucking cares? Like, this wasn't about if Russia is now bigger by 0.01%. This is like, no, fuck you.
Oh, 100%. Like it'll create like, they'll be like, I don't actually recognize that that's Russia. That's actually Ukraine. It'll create that type of like Twitter and Instagram people who like, that's actually not Russia. That's like, and it's like, well, they're occupying it. Well, I see it, and you're like, okay, like
I do like one of my favorite aspects of it is the U.S. Congress when talking about stuff. Yeah, it's a lot like Thanksgiving dinner among battling conservatives. Say the whole family is, a conservative family or something.
Yeah.
So you're out with your family for the first time in a year. You're arguing, 3 different arguments are happening all at once, just heated fucking arguments. And then grandma says, all right, let's say grace, which in the Senate is the whip saying, and should we give more money to Ukraine? And everyone says, obviously, yes. And then everyone says amen and goes back to arguing. I think it's cute.
Yeah, no, like...
Because they're like, we should... What do we think about abortion? And it's like, I think your mom's a hoe. And it's like, I think your dad's a skank. Money to Ukraine? Money to Ukraine. Amen. Anyways.
Yeah, no... Oh man,
it's cute that we all agree about it and like the whole I'm not a monster.
Fun world that we live in, dude.
Very true. Not to invoke her name or anything. Marjorie Taylor Greene, you familiar with this crazy woman?
Yeah, that's my wife.
Yep. She is apparently a fucking... At some point was a congresswoman. I don't know if she still is.
Did she get kicked out?
I don't know. I have not kept track of it. From my goddamn homeland, from my cornbread and rascal flats homeland of Georgia. And I saw some fucking article where someone, I think it was about the leaks, the original Pentagon leaker, and she dismissed it as white, male, Christian. She said he's cool. Or at least that was what the headline says. I didn't fucking read the article.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about that. That could be a very accidental, or maybe on purpose, I don't know how smart she is, 4D chess move. Because it gets the fucking discussion. It starts the discussion on the back foot for everybody who would normally disagree. Because it's like, oh, I think it's fine that he did this thing against the government because he is white, male, and Christian. How do you, as someone on Twitter who's on the left, come back and say, what? No, it's not okay because he's white, male, and Christian. It's like, when did you stop beating your wife? It's such a good fucking question because it's a thing that they have to disagree with. It's like, I don't agree with these classifications. That's fucking stupid. I hate you. But the normal response for them would be like, yeah, fucking leak all of them. Good guy. Whereas here they have to go like, no, he's a monster because he's white, male, and Christian. The extreme side of Twitter. I think it's a great thing because there's no fucking way to respond to that correctly, and it's like, well, first off, Marjorie, what the fuck are you on?
Bro, she's on that good.
She's on that good, man.
You know what? We were talking about this earlier. I think Marjorie Taylor Greene would fall into the category of conservative women that I would bang. I'm like,
oh yeah, dude, she's on the hot crazy spectrum.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
She is at she's not at the intersection. She is more in the find out section of the fuck around find out matrix.
Yeah. I feel like fucking her would be like either a really good lay or potential assault.
I think it would be both.
Hell yeah. Usually you have to pay double for that kind of action.
Yeah. We were we were talking about interesting conservative women the other day, and about how Brandy Love is like a Fox News pundit, effectively, not actually for Fox News, but she runs her own like conservative lobbying organization, I think.
Yeah.
Brandy Love of MILF fame, like you don't know who she is. She's the new Lisa Ann. All respect to Lisa Ann.
Yeah.
Lisa Ann's the fucking Betty White of porn.
Oh God, yeah.
And Brandy Love is, who am I thinking? Amy Winehouse.
The Amy Winehouse of porn.
Amy Winehouse of porn.
No, what about like Riley Reid?
Riley Reid?
No, what's the one that like? I know this is very vague, but what's the one that like got really drugged out and is now like oh God, I can't even think of it.
A stripper in Vegas?
Maybe.
That's most of them. Faye Reagan. Fucking.
She's the fucking Stormy Daniels, you fucking.
Yeah. Dude, Faye Reagan fell off the fucking map. If you comb the internet, it is just like ghost stories of like, I saw an apparition of her once in Vegas. I have a friend who was like roommates with her in Vegas. Riley Reid got super fucking drugged out and out there too, because she was like fucking famous. She was like a longer lasting Mia Khalifa in terms of concentrated fame.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. I mean,
Mia Khalifa now acts like she's a sportscaster, which is, I had a thought once when I was in college.
About them big old titties.
Naturally. When I was in college, and this was before like premium content, you're buying directly from them on OnlyFans or anything. They all had Snapchats.
Yeah.
Or a lot of them, and I found the fucking Snapchats where they would post on their stories and stuff. Like your Riley Reids, your Mia Khalifas and shit. And their porn
This
stars,
section of the pod is horny guy talk.
They're
and
porn
we're all
stars,
about it.
And I would get mad when they would post like, out getting brunch. And I was like, we don't think you're a normal person. Why? We're not here because we're a buddy of yours. We don't think of you as like a physical human being. You are the most objectified thing. Your brand, which unfortunately is you as a person. And so I was like, I don't care if you're getting a sandwich. I want to see titties.
Yo, this fucking rules. And I actually kind of no, because it's like,
because Mia Khalifa's still on that kind of like, no, I do more than that. Stoya, Stoya.
Yeah.
Stoya does like, she's kind of consolidated all of her stuff, and she does a lot of like sex adjacent writing and talking, and she'll do like live streams where she's in a fucking bubble bath, talking about different stuff. And that's how you engage with people, as like she understands where she is in the public consciousness, whether she wants to or not. And it's like, yeah, I have to engage in sex work somehow, or with sex work somehow, because people aren't going to just clean shift to thinking of me as a fucking journalist.
Yeah.
Which
I feel it.
And Mia Khalifa is like, I like the fucking Ravens or something. Oh boy, do I love sports. That's all I'm here for.
No, they're trying to do with her, and they're doing it in like a very backwards ass way. But they're trying to do with her what they did with Olivia Munn on G4. And like, here's the thing, dogs. You can do Olivia Munn on G4 because Olivia Munn, you didn't know who she was dating, okay?
Isn't that John Mulaney now?
Huh?
Didn't she get pregnant with John Mulaney's kid after he got out of rehab?
Maybe. Whatever the G4 hot lady is. I can't remember what her name was. I thought it was Olivia Munn.
Maybe.
I don't know. But anyways, hot blonde with big tits on G4. You know what I'm talking?
I think Olivia. I'm thinking of.
It's Olivia though, isn't it?
It's probably an Olivia. The one I'm thinking of has black hair and got pregnant with John Mulaney's kid.
Okay.
After he went back to rehab 3 times over quarantine.
That's right.
And then divorced his wife.
Well, here's the thing,
shit.
though.
Still my favorite comedian. Death of the Artist is true.
He rules. He rules. All right. I don't even like his stand up, but like the guy's a king.
Yeah.
And his stand up's fun though. I like it. Just don't come at me.
You're allowed to say, it's not completely for me. I'm that way about anime, but that's more of a race war situation.
I get it. I really get that one. No, but like the thing with the lady on G4 is like she to the degree was a certain degree of innocent in the sense that you didn't really know who she was fucking off stage, and then what the bad thing about her is that she ended up like she was like the hot lady on like G4 and she was like nerd queen.
No, you're totally right.
Yeah, okay. And she ended up, I'm pretty sure she dated Aaron Rodgers, okay?
Yeah.
And Aaron Rodgers is a quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. He's very much that type of dude. And like Aaron Rodgers used to go on Snapchat and like post videos with her head like right between his legs.
Very nice.
And like even more graphic videos where she's basically just like sucking him off. And like that broke nerds' hearts, all right? Because they were like, oh my God, I like, this seemed like the lady that liked all the stuff, and then here she is getting fucked by the quarterback, all right? Mia Khalifa, we already know you've been fucked by the quarterbacks because you've got a whole porn career towards it.
Yeah, that's how you got the interviews.
Yeah, you can't become a stats person now. You can't go nerd stats route now because we know that you weren't doing nerd stat stuff.
Do you know why
you were sucking cock?
Do you know why Jonah Hill and Brad Pitt are in Moneyball? Because Jonah Hill's fucking swamp monster and Brad Pitt looks a lot frumpier in the movie. They made sure not that hot people can't have interesting things, but they have a fucking hard time of doing it. You got to go through some kind of life-changing event. For normal-looking people, that's high school.
Yeah, literally.
This is my lowest low of just being kind of ugly. Guess I'll find some interests. But then it's a fucking curse to be hot.
It is.
Because everybody wants to fuck you and will just say, oh my God, that thing you said? That's so cool. I love that. You never get challenged.
And you know how you combat this?
Do tell.
You be a complete loser like me.
That's right.
You be a convicted felon and people are just like, I hate you. And you're like, but I'm good looking. And they're like, I still hate you. And you're like, God damn it. And like, I've got jokes. And they're like, I don't care. The other day, like, okay, this is a funny one. I was like talking to somebody and like they know that about me and stuff like that. And like, I swear to God, I made them laugh. All right. I literally made them laugh and they go, you're not that clever. And I was like, motherfucker, like, it's like, fuck you. So you can't win, dude. Like, that's honestly, here's the thing, man.
Getting dunked on in life teaches you how to grab life's nuts.
It does, and like I will say this, and like Shane, when he comes on the pod and you guys meet and stuff, he can like, he's known me for a long time. He can like kind of verify this. Like I am like, and it's gotten worse as I've gotten older, but I have such a like resistance and resentment towards like hot people that it almost like, it's almost like a prejudice, because like, especially, I'm gonna be 100% real, especially if you're a woman and you're hot and like I have a 5-minute conversation with you, I'm not gonna lie, like I'm gonna kind of litmus test the conversation, and I have to like see where you're at as a person. And like I get caught in a trap where hot women want me to be like the blandness of a typical hot dude, and I'm a stand-up comedy nerd who likes podcasting and like performance art and that shit, and I purposefully lean on that instead of being hot, knowing fully well I could probably just do the one thing and just do that, but I don't like, especially there's this thing now, especially with women, where a hot woman, where you can't just be hot, you have to like have this deep thing about you, or like you're actually, oh my god, this or that, and it's just like,
I think that's just life.
yeah, well, and some of it is fine, but some of it is like so poserish and so like fake,
Yeah,
and so like invalid, that I would much like, if I was to like I think about who I want to spend my time with, and I go, do I want to spend my time with like somebody who's hot but is like always trying to be something, or somebody who's not hot and is completely comfortable with what they are?
Yeah. I have a similar thought process. Mine started naturally as garden variety misogyny, which I still engage with naturally, and it branched out into more specific elements.
Salt life, dude.
Yeah, like I hate hot women, I hate ugly women, I hate women who like to crochet, who are hot, and stuff like that. And I think it would really, really suck to just be stupidly lustfully attractive and then try to pick up an interest. Because of that same thing of like, oh, you're not going to get feedback on the thing that you're interested in. You're going to get hit on and told like, oh my god, I love that. That's really good. And you go like, what about this? And it's like, oh, I think that's fantastic. That's really cool. You should come write with me sometime because I could learn a lot from you.
Yeah.
You see it a lot with
and
local...
shout out, sorry, quick interjection. Yeah. I'm very aware that this happens to women, and yes, I feel bad for you. Continue.
Yeah, it's a sad thing to see.
Yeah.
And even as someone who hates women for no other reason than that they are women, it's still sad to watch.
Yeah. Yeah. I have empathy.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about myself,
I'm a shallow person.
Yeah, I hate women regardless. And then I watch this and I'm like, man, I still hate them, and it's sad to see that. Because in some aspect they have the potential to be people.
I feel it.
Sometimes. The very rare woman can be a person.
Well, here's the thing, dude. Anything that's mass-produced starts to get a little bland and average after a while. Mm-hmm. And there are more women than men. And I'm not saying men are better. Don't come at me with that one.
Are there more women than men?
I'm pretty sure. I think it's like 53-47.
Oh, nice.
But like, maybe it's just this country. I can't speak for worldwide. Obviously not China. So like, it's just like I think there's like, if you get to a certain point, you don't have to really, and if you do, like, you don't have to develop any interest, and if you do, you really have to run the risk of like dudes just being like pretending to be interested in it to just like fuck you. So like, and like I okay, so like to go with this, I will say the only way that this works, the only way is if like they're a hot person. Mm-hmm. But they're weird as fuck on the inside. That's the only way that it works. And like that does happen. It's not as popular. It's not because like most hot people, like I know some hot people, like if you get them behind closed doors, you can kind of see their weirdness come out. Mm-hmm. But they're so like socialized that like they just kind of strip all of it because they just want to be hot guy. You know what I'm saying? And so I'll just see them like,
oh yeah, I'd do the same thing.
Yeah.
If it were me in that situation.
I feel it, brother. I feel it.
And I think you see that like the more common idea of like a person who, and I'm sure there's been fucking movies about it, about specifically growing up hot and how it's kind of whatever the opposite of a boon is to the soul, and how people treat you differently. The most common version of that you see is like a movie about a rock star or a rich guy, and it's like people just want me for my money, and they pretend to be friends, and yeah, it's that kind of thing.
I feel it. I got kind of lucky because like I ostracized myself early, because like what happened was I was like very much like I in 8th grade I started playing football and I started like lifting weights and shit like that. And actually kind of got low-key buff in high school. And
certified hot child right here.
Yeah, for sure. And I was definitely a part of the in group. You know, like I played football. Like I was part of that crowd and everything. And then like the end of my sophomore year going into my junior year, I quit. And I was always like... To give some reference, I started playing violin at 7, so I was like weird music kid, and I made an attempt to go like I basically tried to go normal, and I was like I want to have friends and like because I'd go to school and I'd see all my buddies talking about how like man the game was like really cool, like we had fun, and I didn't realize like it's because like they like playing football, like whereas like I mean I like it, but I was also like 100 pounds and like tiny and like Jew skinny, like really, really bad. So like when I quit, I went to like a very small town school where like the high school football team was like the big deal. Mm-hmm. And as soon as I quit, all of those people stopped talking to me. Ooh. And that's when I started like, I got back into music, and like I remember I started hanging out with like this like punk rock kid, and he got me into like the Casualties and Rage Against the Machine and like Black Flag and stuff like that. And then like from then it was like I think they tried to kind of come back and hang out with me, and by that point I was just kind of already like I remember a very specific situation where like I played like Fugazi for one of my football friends, and they were like, this is fucking gay, and I was like, oh, we have nothing in common anymore. Like damn dude, like we have nothing in common anymore.
Yeah I got very lucky to end up being my best absolute prime Earth self.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't be doing better than I'm doing right now. I want to kill myself every fucking day.
Respect.
Yeah.
Let that hang. There you go. Shout out to depression.
Yeah, it's not that this is a cry for help. It's that I'm going to do it, and you can't stop me.
I feel it. Well, at least leave like if you do it at a hotel, leave a 20 on the bed so that the maid that comes in like.
Of course. Yeah.
Fuck it.
Stop her having to go through my pockets.
Yeah, she's gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
it's an accessibility thing.
Bro, as a matter of fact, like, take some of your like Vyvanse and just leave them open on the table. It's just. You've seen that meme of like those dudes went partying in Vegas and they left a rail of fucking ketamine out on their like motel table, and the maid service came in and he thought it was like cocaine.
That's a Pulp Fiction moment right there,
bro. And they come back and he's on the couch and he's just like look. Poor guy.
I can't believe the horse medicine that fucking Joe Rogan is famous for taking is like a dewormer and not ketamine.
Yeah. You'd think it would be the other one.
Well, he definitely does. I just think it's weird that it's more well known that one.
Yeah. Does Rogan do ketamine therapy? That wouldn't surprise me. I know he does the DMT shit.
Yeah. I don't know if he would call it ketamine therapy. He would probably call it snorting ketamine.
Oh my God. Okay, I do kind of like the idea of Joe Rogan just blasting off in that studio.
Yeah.
Like I don't. Well, you're not a drug guy, dude. Ketamine is fucking bad, bro. Like it's fucking. I remember I did it one time. Okay. And this is the situation. We'll do the. We'll close out this 5 and then we'll go over to the music. All right. So actually, funny thing about this story is that. This is a good one. Okay. So I went over to a friend's house to do this at, and the friend that I went to do it. Whose house the friend, you know what I'm trying to, sorry, that was horrible. But that friend was the same friend that I got arrested with.
Oh.
For the fire and everything. And I remember it was actually after the situation happened, not after the situation, like with the fire, but like after work, like one night, like it was like, and it was after like, we were like partying, and like this place that we worked at, like we put like people would do rails in the fucking freezer, and like it was so like we had partied throughout the night, and like it had gotten a little crazy. People were drinking too, like it was nuts. That place, I'm not going to name the name of that place because I don't want anybody coming at me, but like that place was nuts. And we came back to his place and we like did that shit, and like all I remember is I did my line, and his buddy who like supplied it was like, he was left the room, and I like did it, and he goes, "Hey, did he just hit that whole line?" And Andre goes, yeah, and he goes, "That was all for all 3 of us."
Uh-oh.
And I go, what? And bro, immediately within like I mean, I'm talking 30 to 40 seconds, I just start getting hot, and I just start getting like, and I start to slowly freak out, and it ends up culminating in me like I can't even go to like home or to a party or anything like that, and I just kind of sat on the couch, and I'll never forget this. I sat on the couch, and the walls were blue and red like police sirens.
Beautiful.
And it was fucking weird as shit, dude.
Was it full K-hole, or was it?
Bro, it took me some time. Like, it took me like probably like 3 or 4 hours to kind of really kind of come out of it and get back to normal. Mm-hmm. But I was gone, and I remember... I mean, I legitimately, like, I thought, like, it's funny because I didn't think I was going to die. I just thought nothing good was ever going to happen again in my life.
Yep. Freaking out while using substances is a beautiful thing, because, like you said, I started to slowly freak out. It's like that. You can watch yourself slowly freak out. I remember getting too high one time, just weed. Mm-hmm. And thinking, oh, this is chill. Dude. Yeah, I can see how people would freak out. I'm glad I'm not doing that.
Fuck.
4 seconds passed. No, am I? Uh-oh.
Yeah, no. And with ketamine, it's a dissociative, so you get like a really bad feeling of watching yourself freak out, and
That's no good.
not a fan. I will say I did kind of like the trippy visuals because I do like psychedelics, but like not too much bad for not good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like just not worth it.
Yeah.
And another
with Molly and mushrooms, there's the next day where everything's awful, and like that's usually worth whatever the Molly and mushrooms is the night before. But then there's sometimes where it's just like too much bad.
Well, I can't really speak for Molly because I haven't done it in fucking years. But with mushrooms, I don't do them. I don't do them anymore. But back when I did do them, like I would even sometimes like I would like cry on my trip. But it like for mushrooms for me felt like an emotional clear out.
Yeah.
And like I would actually like the next day off of mushrooms, I would feel like way better because I feel like I just dumped all of my emotion out.
That's good. My understanding is that anything you can be rolling on, anything that you could say you were rolling on, if you do a lot of it more than say you should, then the next day all of your serotonin's fucking gone.
I could see that. I never do. I never go too far. Like I have buddies that do like like the Terrence McKenna 5 dried grams dose, and it's like I don't. I'm not trying to see God.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to like two things happen with mushrooms with me. I either one have cool trippy ass visuals and it looks cool as fuck and I like it, or B, I cry and I have an emotional clear out, and it sucks because I'm crying, but I feel better because like I feel like I've dumped out all of that emotion.
Yeah, that's a good thing to do.
Yeah. And some people like they don't need that. Some people do. Like it is what it is, doggy.
Que sera, sera.
You want to play some piano to close this out?
Sure.
Hell yeah. All right, you go over there. I'm going to go ahead and move the camera. Look at that. This is the music section of the podcast. And you get to see the production. I'm going to bring a chair over. Go ahead and start playing, friend. Oopsies. Such a small town boy, living in a lonely world. Man, I don't like to fuck girls, I like to fuck boys. Not kids though, fully grown men that I call boys, yeah. That's what gets me off, that's what makes me grow down below. I like eating them out down south. That's what makes me feel the mouse. Ain't got no sense on that one, but that's okay. Hey. I'm gay. God, man. This is the closing of the podcast. We got music, professional lighting. I don't know if we have professional lighting over here, but who cares? Fuck it. We're chilling. Honestly, man, do you think we'll get hit with a copyright for the cover?
I know on YouTube you can get copyright strikes for humming the wrong song.
Oh, so this might be our first copyright struck.
The YouTube channel has like 8 copyright strikes. I don't know if anyone issued the copyright strike, but
That's lovely.
it has the little copyright demonetized thing.
I love it, man. This is what America's all about. Give me a little some blues to close us out, or some jazz. I see y'all out there in Podland, the Slime Nation. It's motherfucking Diamond Dick Long here to close out the pod with some good music. We're just getting all sultry and seductive and sexy out here, looking all fine and nice. Now I know you gonna want to share Life and Time with Harry Slime on all your favorite Discord servers, especially the one with the Pentagon link on it. That would make me happy. Diamond Dick Long take care of you real nice and slow like. Nice and slow. My shit, they call me Diamond Dick Long because I got my shit's harder than diamonds. It'll get you good. It'll get you right. It'll get you solid tonight. Now listen, I want y'all to know my man JBR here on the piano, he keeps it on the down low. He knows what's up. He's trying to fuck. He's out here like a stiff-dick soldier with arms like boulders, and he's out gonna tear up the puss. That's what we do here in the Slime Nation. Now, you gonna get on out of here. You gonna take care of yourself, cause we gonna get on out of the pod now, and we gonna walk off on the set. So with that being said, Life and Time with Harry Slime, and we're out.